First, you'll listen to me read the Kamala Harris article. Okay. Next, after you finish listening to me read and reading along, you will record yourself reading Kamala Harris's biggest inspiration, the woman who shaped her life. Okay. Now I'm going to start reading the article. You read along with me and pay attention to where I pause at the periods and commas and new paragraphs so that when you read, you'll read more fluently also. Kamala Harris's biggest inspiration, the woman who shaped her life. Part 1. On November 7th, 2020, Kamala Harris made history. She was elected Vice President of the United States. Most of the top leaders in American government have been white men. Harris is the first Black woman to be elected Vice President. She is the first South Asian woman to be Vice President, too. Harris has worked in city and state government, and she is also a senator from California. Kamala's parents. Kamala's parents were immigrants. Her mother was a South Asian from India, and her father was Black from Jamaica. They both came to the United States to further their education. Kamala Harris was born in Oakland, California, and lived in nearby Berkeley during the 1960s civil rights movement. Kamala's parents used to take them to civil rights marches. She was one of the first Black children bused to a different neighborhood to integrate the better off white schools. At Harris's new school, most of her classmates there were white. A neighbor's child said she couldn't play with Kamala because she was Black. Although Kamala's mother was an educated scientist, people sometimes thought she was a maid because she was Indian. Harris's mother was a big influence on her. She raised her to be a strong Black woman and encouraged her daughter to be proud of her Indian culture. Shyamala cooked Indian food and took her two daughters to a Hindu temple and to visit family in India. Kamala's mother also celebrated her adopted homeland and the African American culture in which she raised her daughter. For example, Harris and her sisters sang in the children's chorus at an African American church. Shyamala understood very well that she was raising two Black daughters. Due to her mother's influence, Harris attended the famous historically Black school, Howard University. While at Howard University, Harris was immersed in Black culture and traditions. She was surrounded by top Black students and scholars in the United States. Because of her mother's impact, Kamala has spent her life fighting injustice. It's a passion that was first inspired by her mother and then strengthened through her hard work and studies. As vice president, she wants to fight for greater racial and economic equality, and she also hopes to fight climate change. People can have many influences in life, and one of Harris's biggest inspirations was her mother. She had a major impact on Harris's life, and she inspired Harris to do many things, many great things, including her latest achievement, first African American and South Asian woman vice president.